What's going on, guys? Long time no see. It's good to see you again. I hope that your spring break was great. I hope that you're able to stay on top of all the things you need to be doing for school. And for guitar and band, we have more of a concrete plan coming for you next week. All of the principals and the people who need to make decisions are talking about what's going to happen with those classes. So I'll have some news for you next week. In the meantime, keep on working on the songs that we're going to be doing for concerts, Guitar Cafe, all those things, because there is a plan for them in the future, even if those events get canceled, heaven forbid. But there will be a plan for those things. Also, if you haven't looked on Edmodo, there are 2 new videos that you can take a look at. One of them is Mr. Fraser going over how he uses his pedal board for his electric guitar, which is something that I wanted to show you guys, so it's great that he made a video on that. Take a look at it. And then the second one is another song that I helped to make, so take a look at that too. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a program that the band students at Windsor have looked at before, but my other students have not had a look at yet. So this program is BandLab. BandLab.com is the website. And when you open up a new project in BandLab.com, it should look like this. So when you look at this main screen, this is a lot like GarageBand for people who've used that before. For example, Mag and Varen students who've used GarageBand before. When you open up a new track, you'll see this screen. And probably 2 of the best places to look are Browse Loops, which is right here, or Drum Machine. So we're going to start with browsing loops. They're all going to be on the side here. And there's like a million different kinds. The reason that I like BandLab over GarageBand in some ways is because they have all kinds of loops for you for free. And look, I scrolled to the bottom and there's more coming. You can use all kinds of stuff. You might have found that on GarageBand some of them were like grayed out and you couldn't use them. So I'm going to pick one of these. Let's say, I don't know what new disco is, so let's check that out. Here's all of the different loops that are found in this loop pack. So it's not necessarily a genre, it kind of is. It shows you what the BPM is on the side. Most of them are 125, some of them are 120, 127. And then I can also sort by genre, but of course I'm in something that is an electronic genre, so all of them electronic. I can also sort by instruments. If I just want to see the bass instruments in this pack, here they are. I kind of like that. Let's try it. So we just click and drag it into our music. And we have one instance of this. I want to drag it all the way to the left so it's at the start of my song. So here's this little circular wheel thing in the top corner. I can drag that out and make it as many bars as I want. If I want to zoom out when I'm looking at my project, I hold Control on the keyboard and use my mouse wheel to scroll. If you don't have a mouse wheel, I'm sure there's another way to do it too. Okay, so I found a bass part that I like. Now I want to add a different kind of instrument. Let's go with beats. Some of these just say a particular instrument, so if it says just snare or kick, for example, you'd have to use like multiple tracks there. For example, maybe I want to just start off with a kick, and here's my song so far. And then maybe I want the snare to come in partway through that, like right here, for example. So now I'm starting to build up my drum track. Now I'm going to add some hats. Hats meaning hi-hats, of course, not like hats that you wear. Of course, you can't make a good song with just drums and bass, so let's add one more instrument, at least. Let's go with synth. So now I'm going to see what kind of synth we like. A lead is a part that acts as a melody. A pad is a part that's more sort of floaty and holds the space. So Vice Gang is what we're going to take a look at, and let's try Vice Gang lead 1. If I ever want to stop a loop from playing, I just click it again, and it stops. So let's hear what that sounds like. That fits. That's cool. And of course, you can make them as long as you want. There's all kinds of other things you can do. For example, this little button here is a way to fade in and out your music. So all I have to do is make 2 different points and drag this thing. That's the music that you want to make louder or quieter. So now my bass part is going to get quieter as we go along. So I just click this again. And you can watch as it goes with the screen on. So that bass part just faded out into the end. So I could do that for all my parts if I wanted to make a fade out at the end of the song. There's all kinds of fun things that you can do through that. The next thing that we're going to look at is, we want to save our project. First, we want to name it something. Bergman's Beats. It's a better name than whatever the name was that I made for the other song. Revision saved, that means that I have done it. Okay? That revision saved is in the bottom left corner of the screen. So, we're going to make a new song. So we click on Exit. We click on Create. Now we're in this screen again. We're going to do Drum Machine next. So I'm going to click on that. And it brings you to this. And if I press play, that's what we start with. We have this A section, or this A drum part, and then we have a B drum part here. Okay? And if you look at the bottom here, there's all kinds of different patterns that I'm clicking on that let you do different things. The first 2 have beats in them, the next few don't. So if you take a look, the most important parts are this orange thing, which is our kick drum, this purple thing, which is our snare, and this red thing, which is our hi-hat. Those are the important parts. You can add, obviously, the other drums in as well. You can also change what the drum sounds like. Right now, it's an 808 kit, which is a fake drum set. In other words, a pad kit. But you could do drum kit for a real kit. So let's see what it sounds like if I use an Afro-Cuban percussion kit instead. And maybe I want to try instead a hard rock kit. As soon as it loads, maybe I have to start it again. There we go. Okay. So find a kit that you like, and you can make up your own beat. Doing something like this, though, probably, I mean, you can do it, but it might not be that fun. If I want to add it to the song, I click where I want it to start, and I click add whatever letter it is. And I can drag it out just like my other stuff. Now if I play it, it sounds like a machine gun or something. I could fill everything up if I want, which I'm going to do right now just for the sake of showing you. Let's try it. Yeah, not very fun. So I'm going to start with a fresh one. I'm going to start with D. This is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. So if I want to make a rock beat, it would look a little something like this. Let's try it. So that's just me playing my pattern if I click this play button here. So I can add this in, of course, anywhere I want. That's a basic drum beat, but you can mess with it, of course, if you want. So maybe I want to add in off-beat hi-hats instead of on-beat hi-hats, which would be the third part of the... That's cool. And maybe I want to make it an open hi-hat instead of a closed one, which is this yellow. That's cool too. Maybe I want to have a crash cymbal at the beginning. I like that. You can mess around with that. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can, of course, also add instruments, which are like, you can play your computer keyboard like a piano keyboard, or if you have a keyboard that plugs into your computer, you can use that. There's also 3 things here: voice, guitar, and bass. That's if you have a mic like this, or just an internal mic in your computer that you can sing into or play your guitar into. And these other 2, you can plug in your guitar and use BandLab as an amp. I haven't found the timing to be very good, so what I have done is record it in another program like Audacity, and then take the file and put it in here. If the things I'm saying aren't making sense, don't worry about it. Just mess around with loops and drum machines. You can also import an audio file, so you can import some kind of song if you want to as well on top of that. And then you can start messing around and adding effects to a song that you know. In the bottom corner, I'm going to get my face away here for a second. In the bottom corner, there are effects that you can add to the song. So you can add delay, distortion, dynamics, la 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 la. So just for the sake of it, let's see what it sounds like if I add some distortion to our drum beat here. Oh yeah, that was our machine gun drum beat. So if you wanted to know what distortion on a drum beat sounded like, now you know. There you go. So BandLab is really cool. Once you're finished, I'm just going to call this drum machine test. I'm going to save it. When you're finished, let's see, I'm going to exit. You can publish the song and have anyone hear it. You can also actually, this is one of the coolest things about these songs. At some point, if you want to go back into it and edit it again, you just click on Open in Mix Editor, and then you're back into the song. But one really cool thing is that in the bottom right here, you can add collaborators. So once you click on this button that I clicked on, which says collaborators, you just skip through this stuff. It doesn't matter. You don't need to read it. And then you can invite collaborators. And what that means is I can add someone's email and they can go in and edit that song as well. And in fact, I'm doing something like this with a group of musicians. We call it music production potluck, where one person makes like a drum part, the next person makes a guitar part, the next person makes a bass part, and so on. So that could be something really cool that you do on your own, and maybe something that'll get us to do in the coming weeks as well. We'll see how much time we have and what we're able to do. So that's BandLab. I hope you explore it and find some cool things to do in there. And another great thing about it is that it saves to the cloud so that you can always access it from anywhere, from your home computer, from school or whatever. It only works on Chrome, and I think there's also like a phone app for it too, but I haven't actually checked that out. So yeah, hope these weeks are going well for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.